back to another RedStone Corner video. And today for you, I have my first villager breeder. It on averages 25 to 32 villagers an hour. It has 4 pair breeding cells, and you can turn it on and off. And this little section here is inspired by Frilloff's design for the, auto turn-offable, toggleable, there we go, words are hard, toggleable breeder. And the rest of this here is the clock and wiring for the dispensers for the auto feeding while you're AFK. So you can keep them fed and villagers pumping out. Let's crack on with this, shall we? Okay, over here I have a 5x5 square already laid out. And the first thing you're going to do is put a border around it like so. And while you're doing this, you want to figure out where your minecart pickup is going to be. And we're going to make it this one. So you're going to leave that corner empty and continue your border around here. Then you should have something like this. Go ahead and take 2 glass blocks and place 2 on either side here. And then whatever blocks you're using to build this, come up 6 here, and then on this corner as well, and the same thing here. There we go. And you're going to do these ones as well, but those bottom 2 needed to be glass. And then you're going to want to take glass and fill in all of these here like so. So once I'm going to go ahead and do this, once I'm done, we will come back and get to putting in the breeding stations. Okay, now that you have all your glass in, you want to come on down in the inside, and opposite of where your minecart pickup is, you want to place 1 block in the corner. That'll be for later. And then you're going to come 1 block in from each corner, like so, and then bring it up 4. And I would use dirt for this, because it'll be easier to break later. And this is where you're going to take fence gates. You're going to need 4 fence gates for each pillar, so 16 in total. And the best way I found to do this is to place them starting like this and all the way across. And you break that one in the middle on either side, and you're just going to go from side to side doing that same thing. Like so. And the last one on this side. And then before you get down, you probably want to open these now, because that is how your babies are going to flow out of here. Then once you're done there, you're going to take your 4 buckets of water, and you're going to place them on the tops of these pillars, like so. And you can come on down now, break out the bottom 3 tent blocks. And you're going to want to take slabs now and place slabs in between those 2. Then break and place slabs underneath those water sources. You would waterlog the slabs otherwise doing this. This is just a way around doing that. So now you have your 4 breeding stations in. This is where your villagers will bob up and down. And what you want to do next is flush with the glass. You want to start placing a ring of slabs around. I wonder if I can just get this. There we go. Like so. And it's going to go all the way around. Oh, not like that. And then you want to place down the center, and then you have until you have this cross shape, like so. And this is the fun part now, because this is where you get to get your villagers in. But before you do that, you want to prep something ahead of time. You want to break out the glass where each of these breeders are. Not that section. You do not want to use the side where this is. You want to use these sides. So break those out and put slabs here and here. And then pistons facing into those slabs. Like so. With a block and a lever between them, and that will be for later. That's how you're going to trap your villagers in there so they don't move around too much. So you want to do the same thing on this side as well, with pistons facing into them, a block in between with a lever. So once you've done that and prepped either side, you can get your villagers in, like so. Oh, there we go, villager egg. And just get 2 in there, if we can get 2 in there, yep. Like so. I'm using a spawn egg because I can. I've already done this in survival. You can get them up with rails quite easily. Now, once you have them in there, you want to come over here and you're going to flick that lever, pushing slabs into place. Again on this side. And you can now break all this, place the glass back in, like so. And there you have your villagers stuck in there. And already a baby. That was my bad from earlier. You also want to place water in there on that block, which will push your babies into the corner there, as you see, for pickup. And now once you're done, you want to place a block of glass in the center with a solid block on top, a sticky piston on that, facing upwards, and a sea lantern and or glowstone on top of that. And this is going to be how you turn your villager breeder on and off. So to make things easier getting up there, you can go ahead and place glass around these guys like so, sectioning them off. This will just make things easier for later. Alright, now that you have this, you want to take glass and place on just a ring around it, like so. And then you're going to place a ring around that. So the glass is 1 block above the sea lantern. And you're going to go up 3 blocks. Like so. And funds again, you want to get another villager in there. So we're going to take spawn egg. Drop 1 in there. And then you can take solid blocks again. And doors. Now will be time for your doors. Oh, and you're going to put a cross going 1 block out from the glass box on top. And these are where your doors are going to go. Like so. Now, you can't put anything outside or on top of these for solid blocks. What you're going to want to do to what will validate these doors is doing this. Putting a glowstone or sea lantern right there. So once your villager gets pushed up, what you're going to do up top here will validate this as a village. Now you're going to take a glass block on top of that, and you're going to make a roof, stopping at the doors, like so. This will be a lot harder in creative, but it'll be okay. You'll get it. So you should have something that looks like that now. And that is the villager breeder actually done. You can feed them food and turn this on and start producing baby villagers. The auto feeder part is a lot harder, so we will get into that now. Okay, so what you want to do now that your villager breeder is done is you're going to come around and you're going to break the glass behind them and place dispensers. So they're flush with the glass, like so. Oh, didn't want to break that. But once you're done there, you do need to cover these with glass so your food does not go flying out. Yep, I'm breaking glass all over. So you want them like that. You're going to come behind so the corner is the right corner where your pickup is. And you're going to knock out these blocks here just to kind of give you a measurement. You're going to come back 1, 2, 3, 4 and put down solid blocks to start with. And then you want 2 regular pistons facing this way with an observer clock in front of them. So you want the observer facing up there, and then place another one on top of it. And then you're going to take 2 sticky pistons and place them on top facing there, facing the observer clock. Put a solid block behind them with a lever on top of it to power it. This is how you will turn this on and off. On top of that, you want another observer facing upwards with a comparator on top of that. Another solid block, and then a dropper facing upwards, like so. And a hopper going into the side of that with a double chest on top, like so. Then on top of these pistons here, you're going to put another observer facing down, facing up with a comparator on top of that. And that is your output for your clock. Then you're going to place an observer facing into this comparator, an observer facing out of it. Actually, we should probably, yeah. So you want an observer facing out of those on either side, like so. We're going to do these first. And you got to do the same thing for the other side. Like so. So they're facing out. And then you're going to take sticky pistons and place underneath, one block underneath them, like so. And then you want solid blocks on the back of them and one underneath, just like that. You do the same for the other side. Block, block, block underneath. And then you're going to take observers and you're going to come out 2, put one facing into there, and then you want to come out 1, take your solid blocks again and come out 2 underneath this side, like so. And you want 2 repeaters on 4 ticks with a block up and then a block out and under there with another repeater on 4 ticks. And then you're going to come back through and place observers facing into the glass and a dot of redstone dust in between those 2 solid blocks. And then you just repeat this for the same thing on the other side, and that is your clock set up and wired. And you'll want to place hoppers and chests on top of those dispensers to keep full of food. And then for your minecart pickup, you're going to want powered rails, regular rail, dispensers, and a redstone torch. And I'll show you how to set that up real quick before we get into the number of items to place in that dropper. So you want to take your solid blocks and you're going to come 2 out and then up 3. 1, 2, 3. You're going to take a power rail here, and you want to be able to power that as well, however you do that. And then take regular rail, powered rail, and then a detector rail on top. Now when the minecart comes up here, it's gonna trigger that detector rail and turn off this torch, which will, you want a dispenser behind that powered rail, and that's where your minecarts are gonna go. So normally a minecart would not have enough. Oh, you also want to power that block there. Normally a minecart does not have enough momentum. Oh, but he will, because there's one in there. But if we place another one there, it won't have enough momentum without a baby in it to go over. But once it does, it will trigger turning off this torch and then back on, and it will dispense another minecart from here. So, and that is your villager breeder, all done and set up and ready to go. You can choose how to carry them off from here. So let's get into timings and items and numbers and all that for the clock. Okay, so with this clock, for it to be off, the observers need to be against the sticky pistons so they are not extended. Clock is on, that is extended. And before you go doing this, you want to make sure both villagers in each cell have full inventories for food, because I really believe you only need the clock if you're going to AFK more than an hour. So you want to put 48 items in this dropper here. That's off, right? Okay. Sorry, I was mistaken. If the clock is extended, it's off. If the clock is not permanently extended, then it is on. My bad, guys. But anyways, you want to fill all 8 villagers' inventories with food. Fill the dispensers. Use hoppers and chests on top for more. And if you're going to AFK more than an hour, use the clock. And put 48 items in the dropper. That will give enough delay, and it's only shooting 3 items of food every pulse. It will be enough to keep your villagers fed and breeding while you AFK. As I said earlier, it averages 25 to 32 villagers an hour. That can change depending on a lot of things. So I hope you guys find this useful and helpful. If you do, leave a like. If you haven't, subscribe to keep up to date with more Redstone and Let's Play videos. And the description will be the links for my Discord, Twitter, and Facebook. And feel free to comment. Any ideas, comments, anything like that, just let me know. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.